Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to our Let's Play series of Lt General Civil War, and we are moving on to the first or second battle in the Chancellorsville Campaign. The first battle, like Nansemond River, or however you pronounce that, in North Carolina, as we attempt to attack a Confederate entrenched position there. We've just lost our first battle, which was the Stoneman Cavalry Raid, so hopefully we can turn things around. We were like 13 or 14-0 up to that point, and it was the first time that we had suffered a defeat at the hands of the rebels. Hopefully we will do better this time around. This is, again, taken from a live stream series, which I've been conducting over the last couple of nights, so the audio is kind of me talking to the audience, as well as talking about the gameplay as I play through it, so just keep in mind it's a little bit different than some of my other videos. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and we're going to go ahead and jump right back in to the battle, and yeah, we'll jump back in. All right, guys, thanks, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so you can see here, our career suffered our first defeat. No, we're no longer undefeated. Like that title fight, you know, boxer's undefeated all the way through. He's held his title for a few times, and now he just gets knocked out. Shucks. All right, okay. Wow, so this is going to be like an ironclad battle. We're going to have 3 ironclads to support our attack. That's interesting. Do we get to bring our own forces, or is this another one of those where, yeah, we get to bring our own forces? So the enemy apparently is in some kind of fort. We've got some ironclads to come help, and then we've got to attack them. They have 20,000 soldiers? Jeez, I'm debating if I want to bring my first corps, my elite corps. I don't want to lose another battle. And the enemy does seem strong in this fight. Maybe we go with our second corps? And then we'll go with our first. We're going to bring our first corps here. Alright, here we go. The Confederate heavy batteries are well protected behind entrenchments. They can tear apart any Union ship attempting to pass along this section of the river. It is going to be a hard task, but it is mandatory we destroy these batteries. Your infantry should approach with caution because the Confederate army under Longstreet is a formidable opponent. In an hour, 3 ironclads will arrive to support your attack. It is advised to coordinate your assault with the ship's arrival to increase your chances of success. Good luck, General. Okay. Alright. We're going to start. Alright, so Schleswig is going to go this way. We're going to try and use the woods as much as we can. I don't really know if the enemy has any, like, defenses set out in advance of the fort, but I'm going to try and advance under cover of under as much cover as I can get. It's a very wooded map. Okay. We're going to try and coordinate an all-out assault on all of their forces at once. I just don't know where to put the artillery because, like, I'm trying to navigate them through open terrain, but there's not much. Got 2 batteries here. Put them kind of over here. And our general will go over here. Alright. Move our supply forward as well. Oh, I didn't know you could tell your supply to not supply artillery or to only supply our, infantry. That's interesting. Okay, so we're obviously under artillery fire already. We'll get myself under here, under cover. Looks like that looks like a defensive work here, so the enemy may have defenses in front of the fort. I've got a brigade, 1 brigade hugging the river. We can send another brigade to hug the river. Alright, so there's some enemy troops here. We're in good cover, so we'll halt here and start shooting at them. Meager, you're going to go up and around. Pleasanton, you're also going to go up and around. Foreman and the Irish Brigade will go up this way. Again, a little bit through the open, but should have detached some skirmishers here. They're really not in all of the fort? That seems a little bit foolish if true. Okay. Alright. You go here. Pleasanton, you're going to go around. Anderson, you're also going to go up and around. Irish Brigade, you're going to come here. We've got a nice little... Let's halt you guys. I don't want to get you too close in. It may already be too close. I may have to fall these guys back. Oh boy. Alright, so they've got another brigade here in the woods. That is a strong fort there. Okay, we've got 3 brigades firing in lawn here. See how we do. 14, 50. Ugh. I don't like the arithmetic there. Right, so Anderson's driven back. Okay. Alright, so we're going to bring our artillery up in the open a little bit. Close in on the fort. I'm bringing up my troops that are behind our general. We'll bring our general up a bit. Law's getting bled a little bit. I don't know if it's as much as he needs to be, or if it's... Let's see here. 50... Okay, so it's actually about even in terms of... Oh my god. I didn't realize they had this many troops in the woods here. Oh god, Lynch, you're dead. For fuck's sake. They've got a strong, strong left flank. God damn it. I think it's just the 9 minutes, guys, until the Ironclads show up. I don't think the battle ends in 9 minutes. I know the time is almost up, but I'm pretty sure this is just coordinating with when the river gunboats arrive. Okay. Law's getting bled, but not nearly fast enough. I want to concentrate all my artillery on him. Okay, we're firing into the flank of this line, so... Our Ironclads are here, they start to fire at the batteries, now is the time to charge. Oh good. Well, they're not in their fort, for whatever reason. Okay, so Law has left his position. Don't know why. Let's see if they start shooting at our ironclads, though. Okay, we're gonna eat some heavy casualties here moving up, I'm sure of it. Alright, so for whatever reason these enemy infantry have left their forts. Now we're still eating canister fire on our way up. But given they've left their fortifications, it should theoretically make it easier. Okay, we've got about 3 hours left. Why can I not shoot at these guns? Okay. Bring our troops up here. Alright, so we're pressing about as much as we can, I think. We're not destroying, but certainly these enemy guns are retreating. Taking some hits on the chin there. We're pushing these guys back into a corner. We are losing heavy casualties. I don't think we're gonna place our losses. I left one brigade back there. Let's bring our artillery up a little bit. Let's bring some supplies up. So we secured the fort. We've got to hold that. That's one of our objectives. Enemy skirmishers surrendered. That's good. Pull them out. Attack this battery. Okay. I can go ahead and go hold these. Apparently we have to destroy these batteries? Like, totally destroy them? Seems like a little bit much. The good thing is now that they're not in the fort, I'm guessing our ironclads will be more effective in shooting at them. I can also put my own troops into the fort now, and they can shoot on the Confederates with very good cover. Got these 3 enemy batteries which need to be destroyed. Rather you just halt and shoot a volley into Cascade at close range. There, that's what you need to do. There you go. Cascade's destroyed. So one of the enemy batteries is gone. Caldwell, Iron. What is way back here? Oh, god damn it, I left one entire brigade back. Okay. I sure hope I'm gonna win, guys. There's no guarantees. No guarantees in war. We've got 2 hours left and they've got a lot of men. Granted, they're crammed into a tiny corner, but they've still got a lot of men. We're kind of losing some of the efficiencies of our troops because we're so bunched up. Alright, let's get the supply wagon up. Alright. Ironclads, you'd be much more use if you were shooting at... Like, I can't control you, but if you could just shoot at these batteries and get them to die, I'd really appreciate it. Okay. Oh, wow, Anton. I don't need a visual of that. Alright. Meager's just all alone out here just dealing with this Confederate force on his flank. Alright. So I think we're doing okay, guys. It looks like we're gonna get to this enemy grouping of guns. Garnet's being pushed back. Of course, I think we'll be pushed back here very shortly. Okay. Alright, so we're going to move these two brigades in here. Let's move the Iron Brigade up. And destroy. 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 Danger, Will Robinson. Oh my god, they're all trying to run through Meager. Poor Meager. Just, they're running straight through his lines. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so just Stribling's batteries left. The other one was destroyed. Slefling, bling, bling, bling. Shoot at him. Destroy. Alright, close. Close. Yeah, victory. Alright. We lost 3,600 men. Experienced men. We lost 5 artillerymen, but the enemy lost more, as usual. Did we capture anything of note? We got some artillery. We captured some artillery there, that was nice. Captured a limited number of weaponry. So overall, it's a victory. Also got some prisoners. Our 3rd Division commander was wounded, but great, we've got like our stockpile of major generals just ready to fill this place. The Springfields actually didn't lose bad at all. So we'll just use rookies to replace them. I think I'm just going to use rookies on these guys too. Losses here weren't that heavy. Use veterans on the Iron Brigade. Maybe veterans on Buckley. Alright, the rest of these guys get rookies. Okay. Alright, so all of our casualties replaced, if I'm reading this right. Still have $160,000, and we've got 4,800 men left. Not really enough to build a new division. We'll probably just keep those on stock. We're closing in on Chancellorsville, though. I would definitely like more men than I have. So we'll kind of have to figure out how we want to manage this. We do have one additional career point, which is for additional politics, so I think we'll go with the next level of politics, I think. Or do we want to go with Army Org? Army Org so we can increase that brigade size, but then if we win this battle, then we can have a 4th Corps for the Battle of Chancellorsville. Of course, we won't have any men to stock it with, but, you know. Alright, here, so our reputation's back up to 78. Again, we could get 8,000 or 7,000 replacements here, but that wouldn't even be enough for a new corps anyway. Let alone arming them, they'd all be rookies. So we're down to our final fight here before the Battle of Chancellorsville. It's the Siege of Suffolk. Because we won that last battle, we inflicted at least 25% casualties on the Confederate Army at the Battle of Nansemond River. The enemy army is 6% smaller, which is going to be nice. But it'll be the Siege of Suffolk. I'm assuming we're trying to like liberate or lift the siege. Yeah. What are we looking at in the barracks here? Armory. We're not going to use palmettos, so we'll sell those. The rest of these guns we might use. Hunters we're not going to use, so we'll sell those. Sawed-offs we're not going to use. And artillery, we use all of these weapons, almost all these weapons. We could, I mean, we're going to be able to raise new forces, at least new artillery units. So maybe we even do that. Like maybe we even call in... By the way, why didn't I get promoted? You can see I'm still just a major general, jerks. build a new division, and that's kind of an interesting idea, actually. My only concern is if we build like an artillery reserve division, sometimes the way battles start, like I don't want to have all of our artillery be like what we go to battle with in a certain scenario. Some of those battles where you can't control what you bring to the field. But I think I'm going to do that. We're going to go ahead and give General Henry a new division. And then we're going to make it an artillery division. I don't know if this is a bad idea with the way the game works. You guys can let me know if you think so. But we can go ahead and... We can't make it... Can we make them bigger than 24 guns now? No. Yes, but these guys did lose some casualties that we want to replace. Yes, okay. So then we're going to raise a new artillery brigade. What do we have the most of? It looks like the Napoleons and the ordnance rifles. We'll go ahead and make it a 24-gun battery under Lieutenant Colonel Keithton Carr. About 20,000. And then we'll go ahead and have one more artillery brigade with 10-pound ordnance. Make it another full battery. I actually think I'm going to buy a brigadier general here, because it doesn't... Seems like we get a penalty for having a lieutenant colonel in charge. Even a colonel. Alright, we'll go with another brigadier general then. So some of these batteries don't get a penalty, some of them do. So we've got 2 brigadier generals, 3 colonels, and we've got an entire artillery division, essentially, within the Corps. Okay. I know some of you guys were cheering for a shock cavalry division, but obviously we didn't do that. I don't think cavalry is going to be terribly useful at Chancellorsville anyway. So, additionally, we've got 3,000 men we can equip. We have a colonel. What weapons do we have in stock? Not enough of anything, really. We'll go with 1855 Springfields. A lot of those are in the shop. We'll go ahead and bring in 2,500 troops? No, I'm not going to go that size. We'll go 2,000, just like with every other unit. Actually, let's make it a 1,500-man brigade. And so they're going to be slightly understrengthed. Okay, that one's under Mahone. Not putting a major general in charge of... Do another 1,500-man brigade. This is just to kind of maximize our manpower, by the way, guys. So we've only got, you know, just over 2,000 men left. By making the brigades 1,500 men, we can build more of them. So that actually allows us to, you can see here, now have a full, in terms of brigade strength, the first corps is now a full corps. And then I think in the second corps, let's try this. We're going to have William Nelson in command of a division. We're going to go ahead and put this cavalry unit into the second corps' 4th division. And then we're going to go ahead and raise a new cavalry brigade with as many men as we have, which is 623, so not quite a full cavalry unit, but some. And how much are Lamats? Well, we don't have enough Lamats, but we have Remingtons. We don't have enough We do have enough. No, we don't. We don't have 600 Remingtons. We don't have 600 Colts. We could go with Sharps, but then it's just going to be a skirmishing brigade. I don't really want to do.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this. Make it a 500-man brigade, so it's not quite full strength. But 500-man cavalry unit is still pretty darn good. We'll give them Colts.
Yes, sir.
And we'll give them a lieutenant colonel in charge. No penalty there. All right, meanwhile, we're going to rearm. Let's see if we can rearm Vladimir's brigade. They'd have to be palmettos, which are kind of worthless. Huh. We just don't have enough weaponry that can make our cavalry shock cavalry. I guess we'll have to go with palmettos. We lose a ton of efficiency in reloading, but we gain a lot in melee. And these guys are relatively experienced, so I'm hoping, you know, that counts for something. So you got here a 1,200-man cavalry brigade in the 4th Division of the 2nd Corps. The 1st Corps has a artillery division, and it's shy 1 brigade, which will strip from the 3rd Corps. So the 1st Corps is now fully built out. You can obviously fit more men in here, but we'll have full 1st Corps, just shy of, you know, not quite maxed out manpower. The 2nd Corps is not quite maxed out, but it's got a cavalry division, kind of a nascent cavalry division being made. And then the 3rd Corps, which is a little bit under strength, but at 22,000 men, is still a pretty decent decent force. Meanwhile, I think I'm going to sell about 700, no, just 706. We'll leave 1,000 sharps in stock in case we wanted to make like a skirmisher force or something. I'm going to go ahead and sell most of them. I don't think I'm going to use the sharps anymore. Remingtons, we'll keep those in stock. We don't... Well, we have 123 men. Do we want to make a small cavalry brigade? Is there any real reason to do that? Maybe use like the Remington? Or let's... Can we do this? Say we don't have... Do we not have... We don't have 250 men. We don't need 250 men. We can have 123 men. And we'll give them Remingtons. And we'll give them a major. It's a small unit, right? Okay. I don't know if there's any value in having a small brigade like that. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But it could be useful for like charging down enemy skirmishers, maybe. So there you have it. We've built out a cavalry division, an artillery division, a you know, 3-corps army that's a little bit undersized. But it is what it is, right? So if we were to go to the Battle of Chancellorsville, which we're not going to fight quite yet, but if we were to go to the Battle of Chancellorsville, we've got 3 corps, so we'd probably put 1st, 2nd, 3rd, so I don't know. If we were to bring everyone to battle, we'd have 84,000 troops, 264 guns. We'd outnumber the Confederates, but the way this whole battle erupts, I'd feel comfortable with another 10,000 or so. Anyway, we're not going to fight it quite yet. And I'm debating whether I want to use, you know, depending on how this next fight goes, whether I want to use some reputation on getting some additional manpower. We could get over 90,000 men potentially, depending, again, how this next fight goes. So I'm going to go ahead and save the game. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. We've just won the Battle of Nansemond River, the first of 2 battles in North Carolina here in the Chancellorsville Campaign. We've got one more battle to fight before the campaign comes to a close, so we're about to fight the Siege of Suffolk, but we'll come back next time and take care of that battle in our next episode. Once again, guys, I hope you're enjoying the series. I do intend to start posting some Battlestar Galactica footage here very shortly. I may start posting for a limited period of time. I don't want to swamp you all with content, but I may start posting some Battlestar content, so I may end up having like 2 videos a day for a week or so. I want to keep the progress on this Let's Play series going, and it's a nice diversion for me because it's really just kind of simple, sit back, play, and talk about it rather than a ton of historical research. But with that being said, you know, I don't want to turn this strictly into the Ultimate General Civil War channel. So I have some other things I'm working on that require a little bit more time and effort that are going to come out as well here in the near future. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the series, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you once again for joining us on our journey to preserving the Union, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.